everybody, it's Mark Messier, and you're listening to Blue Shirt
Underground Show,
the #1 Rangers podcast. Make sure you tune in and find out all the latest news. Let's go Rangers.
Blue Shirt Underground, motherfucker!
BSU Rangers fan. BSU Rangers fan. This is an unlawful gathering. This is an unlawful gathering. The truth is out there. The truth is out there.
This is the underground. This is new media. This is the underground. This is new media.
Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar. Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar.
And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers. And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers.
This is New York Rangers hockey. 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 This is New York.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Blue Shirt Underground Show. Today is Wednesday. It is December the 18th, and we are back on short rest, as they say in baseball. And as Jimmy Cagney once said after Henry Fonda threw his palm tree overboard, sound the general alarm! Sound the general alarm! We have gathered here tonight for panic, for a true Ranger crisis. My name is Jim, and as always, I am joined in this journey. I hate that term. I am joined in this misery as we wallow together here in the underground by the one and only Edward Geik. Eddie, good evening, sir. How are you?
I want to tell you something there, Jimmy. I might call you James, yeah, whatever you call him.
Jimmy the Gem is what the mouth used to call me.
Jimmy the Gem Schmiedeberg. Want to say something? Rangers are absolutely... Well, yeah, I'm getting reports of Cockle being traded. I don't know. He's got that restless leg syndrome. Absolute disgrace. And I got people
Breaking news, Capo Caco has been traded.
Yes! Finally!
Here it is. Boom. Right there.
Will Borgen!
Will Borgen.
I've wanted Will Borgen for years.
Didn't he walk on the moon? Did he run Eastern Airlines? Frank Borman?
Edgar
There
Borgen.
you go. Breaking news. Capo Caco on his way to Seattle for Will Borgen.
Yeah,
Will
Edgar Borgen and Edgar Borgen and Charlie McCarthy. Wow. Look, the Rangers getting picked back. The future's looking bright. Get the fuck out of here, Kako. You're garbage. You are garbage, and I'm sick and tired of Ranger fans defending you. Who is this Edgar Borgen? I like him already.
What a moment for young Ethan Cardwell as he scores his first NHL goal. Sturm and Thron pick up the assist, and the Sharks have scored 7 for the second time this week. It's 7-5. And now Costin getting into it with Will Borgen, and the gloves are off. That's the only thing we haven't had here today.
That was lame. Here's another one. Oh, wait.
Something else. Why?
Will Borgen, could this day have gone any better for you and your team?
No, this is unbelievable. I think it's like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of experience. I had a lot of fun.
Take us through the goal you scored. How did that play unfold?
Just a rebound popped out.
There you go. Scored a goal in a.
I tell you, I locked myself out of my apartment this morning. I took the trash out, and I grabbed my car keys. No, my music's playing, so my neighbor's probably gonna hate me. Hey, did I tell you I locked myself out of my apartment this morning?
All right, so we know Will Borgen's not terribly bright.
Yeah, we got that.
I don't have my phone or wallet or anything. I left the music on in my apartment. My neighbor probably hates me.
I don't care.
If you were me right now and you didn't have your phone and stuff, you'd probably be freaking out.
No.
Yeah, that's because you're addicted to your phone. I'm not.
Will Borgen, not addicted to his phone. Ladies and gentlemen.
This just in.
It's just in.
Trying to pirouette on Cartier, worked it out net front, and nobody home off the delivery from Joseph and skated out by Stevenson. Big collision between Borgen and Broberg.
He can lay the lumber.
Can I get some stats on this guy? What was he? He's got to be, what is he, 6'2", 6'3"? What's the career stat? He's 27.
I'm going to the stats desk as we speak. He's 6'3", 204 pounds, defenseman. He's from Minnesota. Joe's going to love him.
Oh, we got to hear from Joe.
A fourth-round pick of the Buffalo Sabres. 1 goal, 1 assist in 33 games. He's a minus 13, Eddie.
Oh, he can join Mika.
He fits right in. 9 career goals.
Wow. What do you have?
I would say this
2 assists last year.
I would say he is a defensive defenseman.
He had 3 goals, 22 assists. That's not bad for Seattle the year before. All right.
Now, I have to do something very important here while we're on the air.
You can tweet it out?
No, I have to break the news to my daughter.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. She's a big Capo Caco.
She now has a useless jersey.
Caco stinks, Riggs. What were you going to get for him? He's a third-line player. They need bodies.
The main thing is Eddie is happy.
I'm happy. I was going to go off on this guy. You know, you guys, I love you all like fucking brothers and sisters. But you defend Capo Caco to the hilt about, I'm missing he's passing the eye test with effort from my friend Josh Kimball. I'm here. What has he ever done as a Ranger? Has he ever scored a clutch goal in the playoffs? Has he ever stunned you with a beautiful goal? I think Alex Wenberg's gotten more good playoff goals than him.
Victor Borga on his way from Seattle. Seattle becoming a frequent trade partner.
And if Caco wants to start fucking drama, get out of here, you bum. We got enough. The coach didn't like him. That's apparent. The coach never took to him.
You do notice that they were smart enough to send him as far away as New York as possible. They've already played their 2 games against Seattle. We're not going to see him this year. So he's going to come back. He's not going to haunt them from Seattle. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they traded him
to see this guy.
You know, it's not like they traded him to Buffalo or Toronto where we'd have to see him 2-3 times a year.
Oh, he didn't get first-line minutes. He never deserved first-line minutes. And I understand. As I posted today, Josh was saying, well, he's playing better than Kreider. He's playing better than Zibanejad. He's playing better than Lindgren. And I said, you know what? When he gets traded to Buffalo for Jordan Greenway, I said this tonight. He didn't get. I wish we would have gotten Jordan Greenway. It would have been a better return because I don't give a shit about those draft picks. I hope as he exited the locker room or the training facility tonight, that Ryan Lindgren punches him in the face. Chris Kreider curses him out and finish. And DJ Zibanejad plays So Long Farewell on the turntable as he leaves. Because at least those three guys have done something for this team.
Well, with the great Urho Vananikanen, we've still got a Finn.
Yes.
Van and I
being sent down. So to me, Kako, bye-bye, so long, farewell. We'll meet again.
Now, in case you're wondering, William Borgen is on a 2-year contract.
Uh-oh.
With an average annual salary
What's he making?
$2.7 million. And it is year 2. So he is a UFA at the end of this season.
That's right. Second overall bust. He was bad. And I don't want to hear about his strong on the puck. Sorry. I hated his face. I hated his pasty complexion. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to your daughter. I'm sorry. I just he always looked like he never.
Not often we get to break trade news on this show.
Well, actually, it was Rock who broke it for us first, but he's part of this show right now, so we're taking full credit for it. I announced Will Could, and I want to apologize to you people. I came on here like a fool a day ago or so and said, oh, maybe the Rangers could build off that loss to who we lose to before this, some embarrassing Buffalo or whatever. I don't know. I have to say,
talking about the St. Louis loss.
The St. Louis loss,
building off the St. Louis loss.
Yeah, when I said, "Oh, we're going to follow the youth. The youth is going to lead us out of this." Boy, was I wrong. I was exactly, Jim. Exactly. I was hit with the reality this morning that the Rangers played the Blackhawks and Predators and only got one goal. They got shut out by the Nashville Predators. By the diminutive UC Saros, as Dave Maloney calls him. Embarrassing, disgusting, awful, atrocious, putrid, disgusting. I said disgusting already. I've had bowel movements that have looked better than this team. It is disgusting.
You talk for a minute.
Oh, I could talk for an hour. And all you Ranger fans out there, and I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about them, that have said, I'm not watching any more games. I'm done. You're not a fan. That's it. Burn it. Get out of here, you pasty bastard. Cracker ass cracking.
Megan's Kako jersey sitting shiva.
I'm sorry, Megan.
She'll have to move on to Schneider and Igor.
And here we go, Josh Kimball. Well, save Labby. Labby's dead. He's a dead man walking. You see him in that press conference? He wanted to get the hell out of there in 5. Our boy, Peter Bourne, at least stood face to face with him.
He did. He was right there. I don't know. Larry Brooks said yesterday, not going anywhere. He says neither one of them, Drury or Laviolette.
Fire Drury rally. Let's get it going. Sorry. Larry said they're not moving on.
That's what he said.
Two idiots. What does James Dolan got to fucking say? You know what he's got to say? And it's up to you people that are still going to these games. You got to boo the shit out of them. Make Dolan hear their booing.
Isn't it?
What?
I think that's being done, isn't it?
It's not done like vociferously as much as it should be done. Well, in the old days, we booed for a whole period.
In the old days. Now everybody's on their phones. They use the Boo app. Developed by Boo Nieves.
Boo, boo, boo. Don't go to the games. I know that will never end. They'll always go to the games. There's a sucker born every minute. As the great P.T. Barnum said. And Kako, this kid, what is it? He has the balls to say, oh, there are a lot worse players on this team than me.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
But who?
How about Mika?
You got to play Mika. Your only salvation is this guy wakes up. He's making $8 million a game.
But who are you getting more value out of?
What do you mean more value out of it?
Who are you getting more bang?
Johns? What are we at Dollar General now?
I'm just asking the question. Who are you getting more bang for your buck from? Capo Kako or Mika Zibanejad?
He benched Mika. Listen, in order for you have to understand. At least Mika has a track record of doing positive things. All right? In order for the Rangers to have any hope of salvaging this season in a playoff fashion, is Mika Zibanejad has to wake up. You're going to bench him a game? You're going to bench him 2 games? Okay, I got no problem with it. You know? He has to watch in the press box, maybe to wake him up. But Kako, this guy is a nothing burger. He's going to be a nothing burger in Seattle. He's going to be a nothing burger in Utah when he goes to Utah. He's going to be a nothing burger when he goes to whatever next expansion team they make.
You better hope so. Because people will ride down on you the rest of your podcasting career.
I am going to put it on the line. This guy will be a bust forever. And you can mark my words, this guy is El Stinko. What did he ever do to get arrogant enough to call out other players on any team? He did shit. He's not a leader. He doesn't smile. He doesn't hit. He doesn't do nothing.
Well, now he doesn't do it for Seattle.
Exactly. And because he spoke out, guess where he is? Drury finally let the dust settle before he made another move. That's another thing I didn't address on the last show. When they fucking got rid of Trouba, okay? He didn't want to make another move because the dust wasn't settled. Oh, stop. Please. One's a defenseman and one's a forward. Give it a break. I bet you Edgar Bergen there had 4 less goals than Kako had last year. Kako stinks. Give me Kako stats. I want to see Kako stats. This is the much heralded. He's a pending UFA. Good. Get out of here, you bum. We got the draft picks. Kako, pack your bags. Oh, let me tell you, that 4 goals and 10 assists. He's crazy, this guy. Yeah, give it to me with this guy. This internet is a wonderful thing. Where is he? Like the career as a Ranger.
9th in goals.
Oh, 9th. Candice Bergen has more goals.
Candice Bergen.
That guy had 3 goals, 20 assists last year. I mean, again. But again, Drury says he's going to let the dust settle because he's already done too many. What kind of GM? I gotta take a break. I'm mentally exhausted from dumping people. You gotta make moves. You gotta be quick. This is the same thing happened in the offseason. He's a bum. Mike Rupp summed it up the way I thought it was perfect.
You like that? You like that Rupper video?
I like that Rupp video. He was a plain talker. Again, Mika Zibanejad. They lose every game. Everybody's going to be a minus. Listen, you play the most, you're going to get to be a minus. I'm not making excuses. Mika is playing awful. He's awful. Oh, Izzy, come on. Are we really going to buy that? That Kevin Weeks has been informed that this trade had nothing to do with his comments from last night. That they were in heavy negotiations with Seattle to get Edgar Bergen. I don't care. He's a minus. Yeah, he's a minus on my team. He doesn't add nothing. He doesn't do nothing. He's overrated by Ranger fans who think that you're obsessed with young guys and you think they all didn't get enough they didn't get enough minutes on the first line. Didn't get on the power play. Didn't get on the this, the that.
JD watching the show on X and commenting from X. It's good to know that works.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Good to know you can do that. What's up, JD? Long time follower on the Twitter there.
Oh, good. Welcome, JD. This team. Stop making me laugh. I'm trying to be I'm not looking at the chat.
And he's trying to be in a bad mood. Eddie, your doppelganger's here.
And he said Jordan Greenway, the guy I wanted.
Right? That's the Eddie bot.
It's like the Ed bot.
The Ed bot.
Yeah. Good for him. Go. You're a bum. See how good he does over there.
Dan Rosen, former guest of the show, says they've been eyeing Victor Borga for a while now. Right. Just like they did with Brendan Smith. They chased Brendan Smith for 5 years. By the time he got him, he was 38.
What's up, Eddie Bot? I like Jordan. You know who I really like? And I hate to say it because Sam and Joe are freaking just besides themselves, is that Kiefer Sherwood on Vancouver. This guy's almost got 200 hits. There's like 50 games left. I mean, that's what I want. They got to have – bring up Rempe. That's right, Larry. See, Larry's thinking. Bye, Kako. Hello, Rempe. Riley Stiff, another bum. There's so many bums on this team.
Get Rempe up here, him and Candace Bergen.
Victor Borga.
A couple of big guys. Let's get physical.
You might
That's
as
how
well.
you get out of this. That's how you get out of this. You get aggressive. You get physical. Those are the things you can control. Play physical. Get aggressive.
And for you Ranger fans, and
get
I'm
out
not
of
just
this malaise.
Unfortunately, I have to be friends with some of these people that are Ranger fans that don't participate in this show.
This is my favorite one.
Ernest Borgnine. What I used to call Borgnine. Sometimes I used to call Borgnine.
That's my favorite one.
No. Lavi doesn't. He's flummoxed. He don't know what to do. It's a fucking all-out mutiny on that fucking team now. I don't know who they're leaderless, they're rudderless, they're clueless, they're talentless, they're effortless.
Give Will Cooley the C.
And I see Ranger fans saying, I'm done. I'm not watching any more games.
Goodbye.
You're not done.
Goodbye.
You're done when we say you're done. You're in the family. You don't just leave.
Right.
You have to have permission from one of the capos to leave the family.
Not Capo Caco.
Not Capo Caco.
One of the Capo regime.
Didn't this idiot want to? Oh, that was the other idiot, Keandre Miller.
Keandre, pack your bags.
Keandre, that Caco, pack your bags. Yeah, you don't get to leave. Because when you come back, when the Rangers are, fixed, whenever that happens, I don't want to hear from you. We're in tough times right now. This is about as shitty as it gets. And I'm not the only one, and Jim is not the only one, and plenty of you guys have been here and rooting for the Rangers. This is the 15th year of doing this fucking show. Okay? 60. You guys have been fans for 30, 40 years, and we're all in agreement. There have been worse Ranger teams, record-wise, this and that, but effort-wise, this team is sad.
Near the bottom.
They're at the bottom.
Near the bottom.
This is the worst I've seen. You got shut out. I didn't even know who fucking scored for Nashville. They got a goal. Guy got his first fucking goal last night, as usual.
Jelly of the Month Club.
Yeah, what was the guy? William Ashby or something like that?
Wisby.
The guy doesn't even have a real name, and he scored.
Adam Wilsby. Adam Wilsby beating the Rangers.
Yes.
What Wilsby doing tonight? I Wilsby beating the Rangers. Now, let me pose this question to you. Mr. Borgen, as we call him now on the show, he is a right-handed defenseman. So I'm wondering, where does he fit? Fox is a right-handed defenseman. Schneider, Baby Trubes, is a right-handed defenseman. Victor Mancini is a right-handed defenseman, and he probably needs more time in Hartford, so I'm kind of taking him out of the equation. So is this guy third pairing, I guess? Third pairing defense with who? I don't know.
I don't know, but I agree with Josh Kimmel on this. This is just a shitty group of guys. And I disagree with do we have the Rupp clip?
I can get it. Take me 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'll talk about it. There's certain things I disagree with Rupp on, and I know Connor Mackey got sent down today. You're losing to some of the fucking worst teams I've ever seen. And there is some things that I would push back on what Mike Rupp said. But if you got it, let's play it. If you haven't seen it, I think it's necessary to get it from him. I feel like he's a truth teller. I think he's probably sealed his fate as never being, joining the Rangers announcing group by talking the truth. But let's see what happens here.
Said I was going to wait a little bit. I did. Here we are. I'll try to be as concise as I can because you can go on with this about 100 different ways. First and foremost, this is not a former player just sticking up for the players and giving them a free pass. Every single player needs to be better individually, collectively as a group. But I believe from my experience, in order to do that, you got to have the right environment surrounding the team. And I don't believe that's been cultivated. And you could date it back to the tradings of a couple players and the way that those were managed, and that's bled into the locker room. I think those are real things, and it's been well documented in that situation. So it almost feels like games have been played and players have been manipulated in different ways. I think another way in a game that was manipulated, or players have been manipulated as well, is Chris Kreider's name getting out there. I don't believe there's been any intention on the New York Rangers trading Chris Kreider. I really genuinely don't. I do believe his name was actually involved and intentionally leaked out there in order to get a response from the team. That's a slippery slope, especially from what's already happened here. And I think that there becomes this distrust. You come to the rink, and it's not about working to get out of this. You have to want to come to the rink, roll up your sleeves, put on your work boots, whatever you want to call it.
Just came over Twitter that Rempe's been recalled.
See? Things are in motion, Jim.
And get to work to get out of this. But now all of a sudden you're coming to the rink, there's bullshit surrounding the team. It's unnecessary stuff that you don't want to deal with, and it makes coming to the rink a drag because you're looking over your shoulder every second. I lead that into what just happened the other day with Kako. He gets scratched, and the reasoning is want fresh legs. That's a garbage response. That is a terrible response, and he really shouldn't have been the guy. That's a whole nother conversation. That's a bad response. And so it's just another thing. I'm like, just something else of just you're dealing with bullshit as opposed to dealing with the problem that you have at hand. That problem, I will also say, this team won the President's Trophy last year, and they had a lot of defensive gaps in their game. They did a lot of things really well that masked those things that aren't happening this year. And now these defensive gaps, they've gotten bigger. And I sit here and I watch this team game in, game out, make the same mistakes over and over and over again. Some of the worst defensive hockey I've seen. And I'm wondering to myself, like, how aren't these things corrected? So I think it's one.
This guy played for like 8 teams, like 10 years, right? The worst defensive hockey he's ever seen.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong, but that's
that's the indictment. That is the indictment.
It is an indictment because you've got a coach who preaches defense, a defensive structure.
One of two things. It has to be one of two things. Either these things have been addressed with the players, and you have a bunch of independent contractors and people that just want to do their own thing.
Bingo. I apologize to Mike Rupp that every time I pause this, it looks like he's stoned out of his mind, but that's just the way it rolls. Bingo. Independent contractors.
And the players haven't heeded to what the coaching staff has said, or it hasn't been addressed. Either way, that's on the coaching staff. And some of you might say, no, it's not. It sure is. You need to make sure that is your job as the coach, to connect with the players, be able to relate with the players, and get the best out of the players. I think these players are looking around and they're just seeing everything burning down around them. And they're like, they just want to survive each day going to the rink. Until coming to the rink is fun, coming to the rink is you're connected coming in there, this team ain't going to get out of this. I mean, they need no more bullshit. No more bullshit. And maybe this team can actually.
I want Mike Rupp on the show.
I would love to get him on the show.
I want Mike Rupp on the show. I gotta. How do I make that happen?
I don't know.
I gotta figure out how to make that happen.
We got connections.
Do
All
I?
right. Now, the only thing I have is to counteract it. Yes, I think the coach certainly has to take the onus and be like, listen, if you're not going to play the right way, you're not playing. Now, that's why I understand everybody's mad at everybody and this guy should be benched and all that. That's fine. I got no problem with sitting the whole team and bringing up Hartford. I have no problem with that. Okay? But these players are getting paid. You know what I'm saying? You got a job. Your one job is to go out and give max effort. And I don't care if all this outside noise, you're getting paid. And I know I hate to do this because I'm usually anti this. You're getting paid $8 million a year. I ain't going to see $800,000 in my lifetime. Okay? You're getting, and you're worried about what? Get out there, bust your ass every shift, no excuses. I don't care if you're making $4 million, $3 million. You know what? All the young guys who aren't getting paid are the Rangers' best players. Will Cooley, he's not getting paid. He's playing for a contract. Zach Jones, when he isn't pitching and costing us a goal, he's playing. The young players, the guys that are getting paid the most are delivering the least. You're getting paid. Have some pride. But what Rupp is saying, You can blame the coach for some of the worst of it. Listen, we all know last year Igor bailed him out of 3/4 of the game. The whole playoffs, every playoff. It's Igor, right. Igor. I mean, it's just, you know, we diagnosed it. We've learned to live with it. What's going on?
I'm laughing at Joe Long. Everybody, I love an old TV reference that Joe Long just made one.
Oh.
Mel Cooley.
I don't know. I mean, I can't. It's very hard. I pin it on the coach. Do you have the coach, the post game with the coach? He looks fucking miserable. This guy, I'm afraid, keep away from sharp objects. I think this guy's going to off himself. He's finally had it. I don't know. They stink. It's just so bad. Have some pride, for God's sakes. You better boo the shit out of this team at the next home game. Boo everybody. Look at this guy. Just jump in the casket. He's dead. He wants out.
Just jump in the casket.
Down 1-0. That's when we got to find our way out of something, and that's where we're not getting it done right now.
Is that just like kind of finding a way to dig in?
Growing a mustache, not growing a mustache over there. What is going on with this guy?
It's just frustrating right now for everybody. So.
Peter, actually, it's the first time you guys have been shut out all season. So offense isn't something that we've talked a lot about. I feel like it's been more, rush chances against defense, that kind of thing. But did you sense that there was more you guys should have been doing offensively?
There was. I thought we had some chances to score, and they didn't go in. At the end of the day, we're not going to win games if we don't score goals. So we need to score. It didn't happen.
A few of the guys were saying that they felt the power play was clicking better, just obviously didn't finish. Did you like the process of kind of what you were seeing from that unit?
I got to go back and look at it. Again, that's like 5-on-5. The power play is a chance to make a difference, and so I got to go back and look at it. I mean, there's a couple of good looks, but not enough. Not enough.
Does it just feel like it's harder to find positives given the way the results have been recently?
We're in the business of winning, and so when you're not winning, it's frustrating. Everybody's irritated by the whole thing. We've got to find a way out. We got to do it quick.
Minute and a half. Sometimes he talks for 9 minutes when they win.
Irritated.
From, I think it was JD said the guy was a prophet last year. He went from a prophet to a Muppet.
Yeah. I would do Adam Fox with Quinn Hughes in a second. But, yeah, it's bad, guys. I mean, I know I've done a lot of screaming and yelling here, but I actually contacted Jim early this morning. I said, I got to do a show. I felt like,
and he was calling the house at 3 a.m. I can't take it anymore. We gotta go in there.
I'm just so fucking frustrated, and I cannot stop watching this team. I'm in.
Watched the whole game last night.
I'm watching the whole game. I don't shut shit off. No. I'm a fucking fan. I'll never be. It's unrequited love. We're never gonna get anything out of it. Enjoy your good regular seasons, but if you're looking for the fucking Stanley Cup, it's not happening. This GM, Jim said it the other day. Was it last week? I hated this guy as a Ranger captain. I think I hate him more as a GM right now. If you have no intention of trading Chris Kreider, then why put his name out there? He's the face of the franchise right now. They're talking about putting his name in the rafters. And he puts his name out there. I don't know. Somebody said there was some chicanery with the Goodrow deal. I don't know, whatever. And then he ships Struble off. But come on, even with that, have some respect for yourself, Ranger players. The Nashville Predators are a joke. They're a motherfucking unmitigated joke.
I still think that I still think the loss to Chicago was worse.
I was just about to say
I think the loss to Chicago was worse. At least Nashville, there's some talent there. They're just underperforming, which we do know a little bit about. I mean, there are some players on that team. Chicago still couldn't name you 5 guys on that roster. But Nashville, at least there's some talent there. I mean, they're just underperforming.
Yeah, and they have injuries and what have you. Yeah, I get it. Chicago's bad. Nashville's bad. St. Louis is, well, they're not so bad under the great Jim Montgomery. I don't know how to fix this. I will say Jury must be exhausted for making 2 moves in one fucking night.
Oh, Joe, we gotta wait for the dust. Now we gotta wait for the dust to settle again.
Gotta wait for the dust to settle. Bringing Rempe out.
Well, now we got the Christmas break coming up in a couple of days where there's a moratorium on trading players and
Andrei Kozlovsky. GMs hate when players take laundry to press. Hate it. Kreider is next. What did Kreider say? I didn't see him come out or anything.
Well, what about the GM putting 2 of his leaders in the press? How did GMs feel about that?
I don't know, guys. They're playing some good teams coming up, man. It's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't get any easier. I mean, they just lost to some very, very bad teams. St. Louis is not good. And, again, Nashville, not good. 7-win team. I don't care. Joe Micheletti can try and sell me that used car all he wants about how the Rangers came out with energy and offensive zone time. They got fucking outshot by a 7-win team. And again, I understand Nashville's got some players. They're underperforming, but still 7-win team. There is not enough lipstick to put on that pig last night. They were bad last night. Again, bad. No excuse. There's no excuse for this. None. Players, GM, coach, all accountable. All of them. This is a disaster. And I put up I never tried this before, so I did it tonight before about a half hour, 45 minutes before we went on the air. I did a poll on X. Who is to blame for the Rangers' mess? The GM, the coach, the players, all of the above. Right now, there's 50 votes in. All of the above is at 60%. 22% put it on the players. 2% just put it on the coach. 16% put it on the GM.
It's all of the above. It's a rotten organization. It's rotten.
Right. A rotten organization that only values your wallet.
Rep the Rangers.
That is charging you $250 and up for tickets to go see that pig. Jen and I talked last year about going to casino night this year, right? We had talked about it. Casino night, they announced it a couple weeks ago. They put the QR code up. Well, there's different levels to casino night. Last year, I think the first level was $400 per person in the door. $400, maybe $500. This year, it's $700 or $750. So by the time you're done, casino night is a minimum. If you're traveling like we would be, it's a $3,000 night by the time you're done.
Right.
Imagine what a miserable fucking night that'll be if they don't show some semblance of life in the next month. All those players miserable, all those fans miserable. The longest line will be to say goodbye to Sam. to wish Sam well. Oh, it was 625. For some reason, I thought there was a 400 or 500 low end entry. But this year, the minimum is 750.
I mean, who are you going to talk to? There's nobody on this team I like.
Rempy.
Right. Well, we saw him in Hartford.
Right. I saw him in Hartford for $20.
Yeah. I mean, I'd still a guy I would want to talk to. I'd be like, hey, what are you doing out there?
I'm going to spend $750 to play craps next to Matt Rempy.
Get the fuck out of here. They are bad, listless, boring. They're so boring. Can you lose 7-6? I got to sit through the goal in the first period and wait 2 periods for another goal by fucking Willoughby, the guy from the Twilight Zone, the town that they kept going around. Willsby, whatever this guy said. I knew they picked up the puck right after the guy scored and they raced over them. Oh, God.
Oh, that's the one on the train, right? Willoughby?
Yeah, Willoughby.
It's a good one. That's a good one.
Jim, why you stay at Chateau Geik?
Why, if I go to casino night, it's still an hour and a half on a train in a tuxedo with Jen all dressed up out to the Geik compound.
The last stop on the Long Island Railroad.
And he's going to come pick me up at the Long Island Railroad at 2:00 in the morning.
I'll wear a tux too. I'll drive a limo and everything.
Drunk ass to his house. Oh, Chris. Eddie's sitting there watching old Twilight Zone reruns at 1:00. Oh, I got to go to the train station to pick up Jim and Jen. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. Sam's an asshole. I'm glad they suck on his way out. He's screaming and yelling for the other team. At least he's getting realistic. The Rangers are down 2-0 with like 5-0 left. And he's like, time is running short on the Rangers. You got that right.
That's his favorite phrase.
Yeah.
He always says that right around the 6-7 minute mark. If they're losing, time running short on the Rangers.
He should say that after 4 minutes into the game. Time is running short on the Rangers. God, I got to tell you, it is disgusting. Chateau Geik. That's a stately Geik manner to you, Rock. Man, I don't know, Jim.
The Geik compound.
Kakko's already been traded, Chris.
Kakko's already been traded. You missed a few things.
Yes, he's been traded to Seattle.
Well, Danielle, I don't know if you remember that. You might be a little young to remember this, but back in the 80s, when you used to watch Ranger games with Sam and JD, when they'd come back from commercial, there was always a camera on a woman, always. And Sam would say, "Oh, a fine-looking crowd tonight at Madison Square Garden." And JD would laugh and laugh.
Put it back in your pants, big boy. Oh my God! I just don't. And these fucking idiot Islander fans, you're talking shit. You haven't been to a Cup since 1983. Again, I will reiterate for the fans at home. I was 18. I'm almost 60. You shouldn't talk. Your team is abysmal, too.
Al Gore hadn't invented the internet yet.
That's right. I don't know. We got like fucking 50 games of this. I don't. We said it the other night.
Ronald Reagan was in his first term the last time the Islanders won a cup. How's that?
Right? That's a good one. what else was I going to say? We got 50 games of this. And like you said the other night, they're playing the string out and there's 50 games left.
Right.
Oh.
I mean, listen to the next. Here's how they finished December: Dallas, Carolina, the Devils, the Lightning, Florida. Right? Then they start 2025: Boston, Washington, Chicago again, Dallas, the Devils, the Knights. Tell me where the wins are. Tell me who you're. Tell me where the wins are.
Because
Vegas?
I'm going to that game like an idiot. I bought a ticket. I'm going to see them get slaughtered by the Vegas Golden Knights in Las Vegas on January 11th.
We got to do a reverse show this time. You in Vegas and me, man of the controls. We did the Vegas playoff recaps last year. They were fantastic. In the pool, sunshine, 95 degrees. Now it's raining, freezing.
I see that
10 games under. JD's rocking the
I
comments.
understand they didn't make 7 years in a row. I understand, but they have the players. This team won the President's Trophy with basically the same team. They came back to net this year and have been lazy. No effort. I can't find a guy there's one guy I root for on the team. Forward-wise.
Mel Cooley.
I mean, listen, I agree with you guys. Those 7 years of no playoffs was miserable. I was there. But you can't tell me this dreck that we are, and now especially in the era of social media, where we're all communicating and texting each other. This is absurdly bad because we're just seeing it everywhere, and I don't know if that makes it more intensified. And my reaction is just nuts. But right now, it's send in the clowns time. I mean, these guys are clowns. From top to bottom, boo. Just boo. Maybe Dolan will hear you. Probably not. He's probably obsessed with the Knicks. Or whatever he's obsessed with his band, or whatever he's fucking doing. As it says above, James Dolan, please leave and take these bums with you. JD, what's the Avery rumor out there meeting Dolan? Rumor? Like I said, he's not even invited to the alumni game. What kind of relationship does he have with the Rangers?
Right.
That they're going to make him the GM? What kind of experience does he have? He acted? I mean, I don't really understand. It's the same shit as fucking the Messier shit. Well, we got a good penalty kill. I wish you win the white carnation.
Right.
I mean, Jim, do you see? I mean, do you think any of these moves? What's your deal with Kaku? You're a lot more balanced with your take on Kaku.
Well, I'd kind of given up on the fact that this guy was going to be, some big time scorer. Look, he was the consensus pick. So it's not like the Rangers took a big swing like Vitaly Kravtsov and missed. This was the consensus number 2 prospect. Just didn't work out. Now, we'll see what happens in Seattle. If he goes to Seattle and blossoms, and I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if it does, then you got to look at asset management here. You got to look at what the Rangers aren't doing with young players. I mean, now if he just goes out there and he continues to score a goal every 3 weeks or every month, and then winds up in the Swedish Elite League in 2 years or in the KHL, well, all right. You pick the number 2 guy. It doesn't always work out. There was, I don't remember who we had. This was going back a few years. This is before the rebuild. We had somebody on talking to us about draft and prospects and talking about the percentages of the guys that make it, as you go down through the first and second round, third round. I don't remember who that was, but they're not all home runs. They're not all franchise players. They took the consensus pick. It didn't work out. But now they got to figure out why didn't it work out? Is it the player or is it the organization? Is it the pipeline? Is it the way these guys are being developed? I mean,
we had the draft analyst. What was his name? That guy,
Steve Corianos.
Steve Corianos came on. We asked him about Kakko. This is about 2 or 3 years into the Kakko. I said, well, he's followed Kakko over there in Finland, where he played. And, he said he had a lot of talent and everything, but he basically, I said, I'm not really high on this guy. I've seen it, and he says, well, he doesn't really have the speed that he had, for the NHL. And he basically told us that's up to Kakko to reach his ceiling. So I don't know exactly what that means, but maybe it means that I just don't see it with this guy. He's not awfully fast. He doesn't have a good shot. He's not a playmaker. I mean, again, his only thing is, I could say, is that he can sometimes shield you off the puck.
I did think they found value in him on that third line with Hedl and Cooley, but if that's all he is, then you are expendable.
He's a third liner,
and if that's what he is, then you're expendable. We've
You're
got to move on
this team. You are expendable,
right? But the Rangers they've got some guys that we've been hearing about for a year or two now. Brett Berard's one of them. Brendan Othman's another one. Everybody keeps talking about Gabe Perreault. Well, until I see Gabe Perreault do it in a Ranger jersey, it doesn't mean shit. Same thing with Brendan Othman.
Jack shit. We know that by now. Hype
same
means
thing.
Shit.
Same thing with Brendan Othman. He's had a very small, very, 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 very small sample size here, but he hasn't done much when he's been called up either.
Wow.
And he's struggled at Hartford. So, we got a little problem getting these forwards up here to be, to contribute at the levels that the Rangers need them to, which Nevich did, and he got traded.
He's the only guy they developed, they drafted. He played a couple of years at the Rangers, and then they fucking traded him.
So, we'll see. Like I always say, I hope it works out. Wish you all $1 million.
I mean, we did say the other night, bringing Rempe out. If he's Manny Malhotra, I would take that. Manny Malhotra at least would play physical. As a matter of fact, Manny, if you could dig it up, Jim, Manny fucking KO'd Ken Danico and sent that booze hound into fucking outer space. Back in the day when Danico's with the Devils and Malhotra, he's the one Muckler didn't even know. Manny who? Sammy Blaze.
Shit.
So anyway, I didn't mind Manny Malhotra. He was a physical player. But Cabo Cock wasn't physical. Here it is. Thank you, James.
And Lacroix got knocked down, and Malhotra challenges Danico.
I think Danico.
Boom! Good night.
Danico was playing the puck center. And did Malhotra ever land a bomb?
Get up, you drunk.
He's stunned. Oh, boy. Will there be an instigator? And you can see here, I think Danico was playing the puck. But the Rangers have the mindset today. They're sticking together no matter what happens.
That's a man.
And Manny Malhotra.
He's wearing number
First time
6.
I've
Oh,
seen him
Jesus.
like this. Kenny's got to go to the locker room. He can hardly stand up.
And Lacroix, you can see his left eye closed, blood coming from the nose.
Danico is really, he's staggered. Their linesman's holding him up by the back of his pants there.
We know how strong Manny Malhotra
Holding him
is,
up by
and
the back of his pants.
That's when you know you're on
Kenny Danico
Queer
is one
Street,
strong man
so
as
to
well.
speak.
Oh, absolutely. I'm very surprised.
It's a good one.
Ah, that's a good one.
Good call there.
Thank you. Thank you for getting that.
That's what we do.
Well, Diane, when he becomes an all-star, I will give you your flowers. He'll be an all-star in Finland.
It's all right. That's in every contract. That's what they call a sanity clause. You can't fool me. There ain't no sanity clause. Well, you win the white carnation.
We all, I could be wrong, but I've already guaranteed that Capo Caco will be a bust. But I've been wrong before, and I'm sure I'll be wrong again. Unwatchable New York Rangers, and we got to watch.
That's right. There's no getting out of this. There's no abandoning ship. If you are one of the hundreds of people that are watching this program right now, I don't care where you are. If you're on X, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, Facebook, they're watching it everywhere. MySpace,
Vice Channel,
Spice Channel, Brazzers, we're everywhere.
Brazzers,
Pornhub, this show's everywhere. I don't care where you are. If you're watching this, you're in the underground. There's no getting out of this.
That's right. I don't even think Caco makes it to like 20 teams like Duclair. Who wants to see his puss? At least Anthony Duclair's a little flash and dash. He could score. He can't play a lick of defense. Capo Caco is fucking boring. Oh, what do you think about this, Jim? Do you think that this trade was in the works? Well, of course, Kevin Weeks is saying no. But then again, has anybody given Kevin Weeks Ozempic yet?
Not that I know of, Joe.
All right, but maybe he's got to get on that, maybe. But what I'm saying do you think it has something to do with him coming out and saying something? Or this was in the works?
Nah, I don't think so.
What do you think about the return?
The return is fine. You got a couple of draft picks, more draft capital. Get a big defenseman. Rempe. We got Rempe. We got Ernest Borgnine. We're bulked up. That's it. We're done. This is the team that will take us all the way into contention.
I agree with Mark. You don't bury your teammates. You just don't do it, whether it's right or wrong. We've all been on teams where there was a couple guys on a team, they blew. But you didn't say it to their face. I mean, you don't know, say it under your breath, maybe talk behind the guy's back like a real man. I used to coach a lot of hockey, deck hockey teams, and it'd be like, I had to sometimes put a bad guy on a line with a guy that was good. And the guy would come back to me and go, Eddie, why are you putting me on this line with this fucking schmo? I'm like, well, he's got to play. He paid.
Elevate him.
Elevate that man.
You're so good. Elevate him.
And the guy would say, he can't elevate the ball. This guy's so weak. It's a true story. Well, Elias Anderson got us a fucking Will Cooley.
Mel Cooley.
Mel Cooley, Cutter. I don't know what you think that's got a. We got problems with Will Cooley now and the way we used it.
Elias Anderson was also still looking at. He was still young. He'd only been in the league like a year, so he still had the potential to be something, and the Rangers just wanted to move him. You know, Capo Caco's been in the league now 5 years. I think, you know, people are seeing mostly what he is. So that's why the return was less. I'm not things got to change. The return is the return. In a week, we might love Ernest Borgnine. Sorry. We might love this guy.
His right name.
Right. Right. Urho will be back in Hartford.
Yeah, I didn't see much from him. And also, the rain again. I'm not making excuses because the team is dreadful. But they're marching some guys out there that it's like preseason. In that especially in the back end.
I would love a BSU deck hockey team. That would be great. We could take on other shows.
Yeah. So that
we'll take on Strokey and the Redhead. They can put a team together.
How do they do it? You know, those idiots. How do they do a show when the Rangers? How do they do a show when the Rangers are bad? Hi, Jamie. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Lorraine. Hi. I mean, that's all they do. Nobody's gonna watch a game. Who wants to watch a game with those idiots when the Rangers don't score and keep losing? Nobody. That's why this show's #1, because we gave you content. A watch-along show. And then I see some fucking asshole. Well, Steve Dangle says. Steve Dangle? That's not even a real name. Look at these fucking momos.
Hey, guys.
That was not our sound clip. That was her.
What's up, guys? We are back for some Rangers hockey.
That 36K 33.6 modem they bought really it's really working out.
Rangers and Nashville
show being streamed from the space station.
Vakanainen. That's right, Vakanainen making his debut here tonight.
He could say Vakanainen, but he couldn't say Capo Caco.
For the Rangers, came from Anaheim in that trade. He'll make his Ranger debut, I should say. Played 141 games. He was drafted overall by the Bruins, and we got him from the Ducks.
Yeah. Riveting. You can read.
How the hell are 1,500 people subscribed to this? It's got
nobody. These are all false numbers. This got 52 likes.
It's all bots.
It's all bots.
See how he does. Tried to take me a while to get used to his name, Vakanainen.
Yeah.
Vakanainen, whatever. We'll see.
Take your shirt off, honey.
That scoreboard's really something.
Yeah, that's quite a fucking state of the art.
Two teams here not very good. Rangers 3.
Third grade art projects that are better.
Won 3 of their last 13.
Blackbeard the Bully, he's still got that hoop in.
What is he doing?
Look at the hoop he's wearing.
Come on. Only won 1 of their last 10. So 2 teams.
I haven't seen hoops that big since disco was popular. Well, I think Lola Falana wore hoop earrings like that.
Yeah, that's right. Michael Silvers later said, well, where is this other part of this Ranger harem scarum?
Teams, again, not.
Glad you guys are Ranger supporters. It's very sweet. Versus totally agree, Andrew. Team looked the best I'd seen in a long time. Dolan lit the fire. I hope they can.
What?
One. Saros got a piece of that one, and this one sent down.
I can't believe
15 seconds.
I can't anymore. I can't. It's upsetting me.
Come on. It's just.
It's upsetting.
No, that's fake. Yeah, wait. I don't have the beard. Wish I had the beard. We'd do a live skit right now. Strokey and the redhead. What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
What we should do is during a game one night is we should stream their show live here while you and I do the bit.
Yeah.
We could put them right on screen with us, and then we'll just goof on them.
Hey
Hey guys.
Oh,
Cut!
We talked about the trade for 45 minutes. Where were you, Shlomo?
Yeah.
We talked about it for 45 minutes.
Well, we got to restart the show for Shlomo.
Right. Go back to the beginning. Just hit rewind. You start over.
What do we think about the trade? We love the trade. There's some people who think that Capo Caco did not get a fair shake. I don't know how long you want to keep this guy. 6 years, 7 years?
We showed video of Borgen's hits. We showed his fights. We showed him mic'd up. He lost his keys. He locked himself out. I know more about this guy than I knew about Capo Caco.
Well, now him and his celiac disease could take it to Seattle. Pack your bags.
Pack your bags.
Capo, pack your bags.
Chef said she's like an ugly Charo. Wow.
Wow.
That's harsh. That's harsh.
That's harsh. I gotta tell you guys.
I mean, it's not like we didn't talk about the trade. We talked about it for 45 minutes. And then
I can still talk about the trade. He stinks. He's glad he's gone.
You show up at the end, you miss all the important stuff. The end is where it gets, goofy.
Yeah, we start running out of fumes and we go goof. We go full goof.
Right.
Big Red and Brain Dead. I like that one. That's a good one, Matt Brown.
That might be better than Strokey and a Redhead. Big Red and Brain Dead.
Yes. Very good.
Big Red and Brain Dead. I got to write that down so I don't forget it. I'll write that in my notes here.
We got the best writers in sports right here. Our audience.
Big Red and Brain Dead. Done. Committed to memory.
Because it's all rigged. They're getting it. They got some bot or some hack.
Well,
or whatever.
You know what part of it is too, I think. They're doing this stuff. They're doing a lot of content, and they're doing it all live. And I just think, with the algorithms and all that other bullshit, when people are watching games, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like being in a group thread, I guess, like in our Facebook group. I don't know. And they're doing it for Yankee games. They do it for Mets games. Those two are on YouTube like 22 hours a day. Is the redhead the selling point? Not to me. The selling point is the comedy.
Yes.
The scoreboard.
Mama, I agree.
It's the selling point. I got to get me one of them scoreboards. Pavel Yakel says, I hope I pronounced your name right, it says very bad trade.
Why do you think it was a bad trade?
Why do you think it was bad?
Yeah, let's give Pavel.
I would like to hear that.
I'm ready to. I'm open to why it's a bad trade.
Right.
Does Red have big bags? I don't know. She should,
I don't know. Subscribe to the channel. Maybe for all I know, she shows them off at some point. Maybe that's why they have 1,600 subscribers.
I guess everybody, and I think all of us, we are very invested in the younger players and their potential, and we're rooting for them. And it's hard to let go of a guy who's under 25. And, the Rangers tend to get these guys at 20 or whatever they are. And
well, Pavel, what did you think he was worth?
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm not, I'm not asking.
Yeah,
I'm asking you a serious question. Second round pick. Well, they got what, a 4th and a 6th,
and a body. I don't know if he's
you
worth
might
it.
have, but you also got to remember it's early. It's early in the season, and the Rangers have made 2 trades early in the season. That if you wanted that 2nd round pick, maybe at the trade deadline you get that. It's possible at this, at the trade deadline when teams are a little more desperate and a little more willing to spend, but it's early in the season, and from all accounts, there's not a lot of dealing going on this early in the season. I mean, when was the last time the Rangers made 2 trades before Christmas? I don't necessarily think that's too big of a return at the trade deadline. I think maybe you could get teams are a little more willing to spend in March. You want a guy that could play the 3rd line and help you with puck possession, and if you're going into the playoffs, a guy that'll score a little bit, maybe he does get a 2nd round, but they're not making the deal at the trade deadline. They wanted to make it now. Obviously, they wanted to move him, and they want a different look. They wanted him gone, so they took what they got offered. And yes, Pavel, you might be right. He might be a 30-goal scorer in Seattle. It's a risk you take.
I can sure tell you he wasn't going to do it here from what I see. And I saw nothing. Yes, I agree with Jonesy that Lindgren will be traded to. But I just don't know. This season is the most bizarre season I've ever been involved in. It's just bizarre. We all know they were winning in the early, and they were flawed as hell, but they were winning. And I thought it would correct itself, but it just went.
It's scary to think if this got really bad 2 or 3 weeks earlier, this is like a 9-win team. It's crazy.
I don't think Chris Drury is capable of putting together a big deal, Chef. I think he's got to take a rest now.
Got to settle that dust.
Yeah. Did you see his mug at the Nashville game?
Yeah, they should have left him there. Stupid face. I hate his stupid face. Can't stand him. I just can't stand even looking at him. He angers me. He angers me. Like Uncle Buck's hat. It angers people. Look at him. Look at him. Look at his fucking
pizza man.
Yeah, Joe had to send me the picture. I said, "Oh, just fucking face."
Fuck you.
Fuck you, man.
I see his face. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
His hair and everything. Sucked as a captain. Sucked as a Ranger. You know what? I give it to Drury. I mean, the first year, I don't know. I've criticized him, but he was.
Hunter, why are you reviewing trades from 20 years ago? Let's talk about the Mike Dunham trade.
He'll talk about anything except the subject we're talking about.
Right.
Really, just there's the total non sequiturs with you. You're coming up with trades that during the season, early in the season. Okay, I get it. What you're doing. I don't know. Were you trying to prove us wrong or give us a but actually, I don't know what you're doing. That's right. If Cockle
donate it to BSU, donate $50 to BSU.
Yes.
Garlic not making motherfucker. You tell him, Rich. Speaking of, let me check our poll here.
All right, check the polls. Work the polls.
Look at the poll here. All of the above is still 58.8%. 23% putting it on the players, 15% almost 16% put it on the GM, 2% blame the coach.
I don't know. I mean,
all right. So it's been 20. Okay. So it's okay. So that's what you were doing. It's been 20 years since they made two trades before Christmas. Yes, Margaret, there will be another Monday night is our Christmas spectacular. We have a special intro for that show. That one's going to be fun. I promise. Regardless of what happens in the next 4 days. Thank you, Joe. Jonesy. There'll be an afternoon game Monday. Oh, they got to go to Newark. At least they're going to Newark in the daytime.
You don't have to worry about
Get out before dark.
You know what? Some of them deserve to be freaking off at this point.
So
I know everybody's blowing up my phone about this Kako. They got nothing for him. Because all my friends overrate Kako.
I'm fine with the return. I don't know what more you could have expected. This is, I've said it before. This isn't NHL 24 on EA Sports where you can manipulate trades and and trade guys for ridiculous players.
Yeah, and it's like you're not going to win a trade at this point in the season. Nobody wants this guy. So what are you going to great trade, they got a second rounder. That's going to appease you? Who knows? Then they'll be like, wow, who wants the second rounder? Because the Rangers never make good picks anyway. Blah, 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 blah. It's just always the same. And if you're ever going to fire Drury, this is the last reason to fire Drury.
Ron Duguay tweeted, hopefully Miller is next. He projects too much weakness. Move him.
Projects weakness? He is weakness. That's no projection. I'm seeing it live.
A lot of people on Twitter saying Kako was mistreated by the team.
There is that feeling, Jim.
Look.
Because I think people love the young and the potential. And they feel like he got a raw deal, that he didn't get the playing time. And I think we saw
Rich Nelson hitting it out of the park here. Was get out of Newark before it gets dark like I Am Legend.
There's quite a police presence there. Miller's terrible. He's not projecting weakness.
Keandre, pack your bags.
Oh, here we go. It's again, I would trade Keandre. First of all, he's got to get healthy. Then you trade him at the deadline. I don't know. Did Gallant bench Kako? I don't know if I remember that. Oh, yeah, in the playoffs.
In the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Now, this is from Peter Ball. With the Kako trade, 8 of the top 19 picks in the 2019 draft are no longer on the teams that drafted him. That includes 3 of the top 4 picks.
Oh, wow.
Kako, Kirby Doc, and Bowen Byram, all with different teams. Philip Broberg is with a different team. Vasily Podkolzin's with a different team. Alex Newhook, Peyton Krebs, and Lassie Thompson.
It's a pretty bad draft after.
So,
Peyton Krebs.
Maynard Krebs.
He's on the Knights now.
The Quinn bin. There's another term we just gave away for free.
Yeah.
The Quinn bin.
People still hating David Quinn.
Right. Keandre, pack your bags.
I mean, what he set fire to the orphanage, David Quinn? I don't know what he did so bad for this fan base that they hate him. Did he murder a kid in the Garden of Dreams or something? I don't know about. I wouldn't
Keandre, pack your bags.
Make my pizza. That stupid face. Ugh. This is the best story going. I mean, the Yankees are retooling, and the Mets got, so this really is the best story in New York, and it's not even being covered. except for our daily shows here, where I come on and I'm just like, I got to vent. I'm like, please, Jim, be available. So
I think that's all I got.
Yeah, I think that's all I got, guys. I thank you for joining us, and
great crowd tonight. You guys were awesome.
We're not going anywhere. I'm not giving up watching the Rangers. That's it. I'm in for life. I'm a lifer. Till my dick is in the dirt, I'll be rooting for this team. You hear me? And if Capo Caco goes and gets 30 goals, I'll donate the shirt I'm wearing to the Garden of Dreams. You can bid on it. People were chanting Caco's name, Jeff. Oh, wow. It will last till lunchtime, as Sam Rosen said.
Thank you, Max.
Thank you, guys. Click subscribe. We got to beat what's his name? The redhead and the.
Thank God for the underground.
Thank you, Chris. Thank God for you. What's their new nicknames? The deadhead and the redhead.
Big Red and Brain Dead.
Big Red and Brain Dead. We got to beat their subscription. So subscribe, like,
click the bell, subscribe to the show. If you're here watching us on Twitter, subscribe to the show on YouTube. We just got to get ahead of Brain Dead and Big Red, or come on.
Yes, I did say I'd be gone in 3 years, but I can't.
I can't believe this show isn't more entertaining than that.
Because I have a whole thing, but I think people are lonely and they want to watch the game with somebody and they have like no friends. So
and that's who they chose.
Yeah, those two idiots. They get their names said. How you doing there? Oh,
right.
Robbie.
They get shout outs.
Yeah, come on.
All right. We will see you Monday night. Get your Santa hats, get your eggnog, spike it with something nice. We'll make merry.
Also, here, listen. We got a new sponsor to the show.
Oh, we got a new sponsor.
This
what
is
was our old sponsor. Our old sponsor was Crossroads Consulting, so it's been a while.
I don't know. I got to get the right angle on it. Okay, we get a tight shot on this. Tight shot. There it is. This is what you need to get you through a Ranger game. It's THC seltzer. Dude, one of these, and I'm a giggling fool. Just a small can here. Maybe I'll do a show. Maybe on the Christmas show, I'll tank myself up with this. I don't like that.
All right, so we'll see you. We'll see you guys Monday night. Cue the band. Where's Doc? There he is.
Back your bag. Back your bag.
Daniela's enjoying a THC seltzer right now, Eddie.
Vinny Vasilino just messaged me. Great show tonight. Victor Borga. Ha, ha, ha.
We love you guys. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining us. Click the bell, subscribe. We'll see you Christmas Eve, Monday night. We got 3 games coming up. Dallas, Carolina, New Jersey. Will they win a game, Eddie? Will they win one?
Yes. Maybe.
All right. There you go. There you have it. Maybe a possible guarantee from Eddie Geik. All right. We love you guys. Have a good night. If we don't see you Monday, Merry Christmas. Good night, everybody.
Christmas. Happy holidays, you motherfuckers. Love you.